Nature can be cruel and destructive in its elements, and only a few manage to capture it on video. A part of the shoreline with the buildings quickly disappears underwater due to a landslide on the Vamnao River. This motorcyclist felt the full force of a landslide when it came down from a height of 100 feet due to heavy rainfall. Thankfully, no one was injured. No one could have predicted that lightning would strike the same place more than once. I wouldn't want to be there when this giant glacier melts. Then the incredible story of the transformation of a car into an electric car. Flooding destroys the Sharania Bridge with its sheer force and sweeps it away downstream. Dozens of people run in panic from a tsunami ruthlessly destroying a city in eastern Japan. This is what happens when a small river in Turkey rages due to bad weather. Another bridge succumbed to flooding and was washed away in India. Shifting earth pulls a sizable piece of forest underground in a matter of minutes. The site and aftermath of a terrible earthquake in Morocco. A snow avalanche looks awe-inspiring, but not when it's heading towards your tent. And here's Hurricane Ida in Florida, effortlessly washing away an entire house. People who started an unsuccessful bonfire which evolved into out-of-control flames certainly didn't expect to end up with a fire tornado. A really unfortunate parking space. A devastating fire in Hawaii forced people to literally run and hide in the ocean. This is what luck looks like. It's a good thing that the lightning hit a tree and not a person. Due to strong winds in Louisiana, one of the planes took off, although it didn't intend to. Fortunately, the road is fenced off for such cases, and rocks don't fall on cars. Here is some destructive footage from a hurricane in Romania. A landslide turned a part of a tunnel into the gates of hell, creating a huge crater near the tunnel. Here is a view of a tornado literally at the epicenter. The guy filming clearly has nerves of steel.
My taky asi přijdeme o to.
The plane was fine in the end, but it looked spectacular. I wonder if, in cases like this, if the weight of the passengers is the factor. These guys certainly did not expect such horrifying special effects when filming the video. Giant waves clean Bikini Beach in Cape Town, washing even cars away. Though it looks scary, don't worry. This time, no construction crane was harmed. And here's another terrifying flood, destroying the streets of Turkey with streams of water, mud, and debris. And this happened in Spain. That's what happens when you find yourself in the epicenter of a hurricane. This guy managed to capture the spectacular collapse of a gigantic rock formation. This guy's reaction speaks for itself. And this is a good reason you should think twice before getting panoramic windows in your house. Not far from an estuary of an ice fort in Greenland, the tourists witnessed a huge iceberg turn over. That's not something you see every day. Ecologists found a frozen lake in Siberia that contained a huge amount of methane that ignited when it made contact with air. Just look at the height of this tornado. For the sake of amazing GoPro footage, the skier triggered an avalanche.
Avalanche! Avalanche! Stay back!
Thankfully, he managed to escape the consequences. These people caused an avalanche with a gunshot in order to get rid of the excess snow. Due to a sandstorm in Mongolia, the visibility was no more than 150 feet, and the cars had to stop on the side of the road and wait for the calamity to finish. Look at the aftermath of the wind that suddenly hit Turkey. At least no one was seriously injured. These are not just big waves. These are real giants. A landslide suddenly came down onto a road in China, and it took several days to deal with its aftermath. A flood in France turning cars into boats. I wouldn't risk standing on the balcony in this wind to capture this spectacle. Floods 3, bridges 0. Another point for the forces of nature. This is what happens when a river slightly overflows its banks. This house collapsed due to a landslide and turned into ruins. This is an earthquake in Morocco. That's what happens to poorly constructed buildings. The moment when you bought a billboard ad for nothing. After this hurricane, many people were left without electricity. They clearly built this house in a far from ideal location. In a single moment, the house became 1 story lower. In such moments, it's crucial to be heavier so you won't be carried away. The wind picked up the van and made it do several flips. Luckily, no one was inside. It's a good thing that there was no one around during the massive landslide in India. At first, you might think this sidewalk is painted red, but if you look closely, you can see this is actually millions of crabs born in the sea migrating to Christmas Island. And this is a flood after a major thunderstorm, crushing everything that gets in its way. Ammonites are fossilized mollusk shells that have been extinct for 65 million years. Just think about it. This ammonite is 185 million years old. The break of the Perito Moreno Glacier looks impressive. Imagine what it's like to be in proximity to a volcano while it's spitting lava up to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. The smallest tornado I've ever seen. This girl managed to park her car in the exact place where a pipe burst. And here is the result. I wonder if the insurance will cover this. And this is what happened in Jerusalem due to roadworks. Thankfully, no one was hurt. A tornado in action. The roof didn't just come off the building, but practically dissolved in the sky. A day of -20 turned Buffalo into an ice city. The cons of spending your vacation in Dubai. This sandstorm swallowed the city in 2021. It started with a few pebbles falling into the sea, when suddenly... Oh! Mexico has seen such heavy rainfall that this bridge crumbled under pressure. And here is a rare phenomenon, a sandfall which the locals often consider a sign of an approaching sandstorm. Check out the force of these winds in Denmark. The scaffolding simply couldn't handle it. And this is the Darvaza crater in the Turkmenistan desert. 50 years ago, people purposefully ignited a sinkhole, thinking that the methane coming out of it would burn out within a few weeks. But 50 years on, it's still going, and no one can explain why. And at this stage, it's unlikely that another concert will take place. A powerful typhoon tore a house from the ground in Hong Kong. That's it for now. Give this video a like and be sure to subscribe to our channel to see even more thrilling videos.